Namaste. Hi, the Kumbhaka, or the suspension of the inhalation, is a powerful technique to irrigate, cleanse, and purify the energetic channels of the subtle body. We call nadis. And through time and practice, the nadis become stronger, they become more open, and they will be able to absorb or collect more healing force out of the breath. And this buffer of energy is so helpful for our health and our wellness. All right. So what do we actually retain? What happens inside as we practice the Kumbhaka or any type of breath regulation for that matter? Rechaka Kumbhaka to exhale retention. So the principle applies. But I will be focusing on the Kumbhaka because this is the initial step. Before the Rechaka Kumbhaka happens meaningfully, we need to master the Kumbhaka first. All right. This is important for our safety. That's number one. Now, safety is important. One mistake, and this could lead to permanent damage. All right. When we inspire, normally we just inhale and exhale, and that's healthy for the promotion of the autonomic nervous system. All right. We don't have to control and regulate the breath. It happens to sustain the general functions of the body. But the moment we retain the breath, right, we alter the function of the nervous system as well. And this could hurt our brain and the vital functions of the body if we do it improperly. All right, so what do we actually retain inside? How do we regulate the pressure so we keep our inner body supported? All right. One thing is important here before you practice any breath regulation, especially those which you retain either the inhalation or the exhalation. The bandhas would have to manifest first. Why is this so important? The bandhas are internal mechanisms we utilize so we can separate the energy from the gaseous element. Contained within the oxygen is the subtle life force, the prana. And as we inspire and retain the breath inside the inhalation, another important process happens. The bandhas get activated. One, to keep the pressure light as we do the retention inside. That's very important for the health and safety of your vital organs. And number two, the bandhas filter the breath so we can separate the energy from the gaseous element. And this energy that we separate from the oxygen is the element which we retain. And the gaseous element becomes stale. Thus, when we exhale the gaseous element out, it's less potent anymore. It's not as potent as the first oxygen, the first chunk of oxygen that we inspire. So this gaseous air that exits our body is less potent because inside we retain what we need already, the healing life force. So that's how complex actually is breath regulation, especially the Kumbhakas, is when we practice them. All right. Because if we just retain the breath without activating the bandhas, this could lead to oversupply of oxygen, hyperventilation, which could hurt the brain, could hurt the vital organs. If you have, for example, cardiorespiratory conditions, if you have spinal injury or hip injury, altering the flow of the breath, especially those which essentially would build pressure inside, this could be dangerous for your health and your wellness. So seek guidance. Important here is the bandhas. The bandhas would have to be developed before you regulate the flow of the breath. And how do we develop the bandhas? Most of this, the initial stages, are physical observances of developing and strengthening your spine and hips. And this include what? Asana, and of course, on the flow, when we move our bodies, when we move the spine in many directions, strengthening the hips, and those are predominantly physical in nature. Right. Off the mat observances include a healthy diet and a healthy lifestyle and a reduction of mental stress. We need to be committed. Yeah. This is important. Yeah. What the mind thinks, the body can achieve. Yeah. Without us being committed, yeah, this is not possible to happen too. Because the bandhas manifests as a byproduct of this and the body understanding each other. Right? Bandhas are sensations inside which happen, yeah, when, yeah, the spine, the hips, become sensitive to the subtleness of the movement, the breath, and the mind remembers. And through time and practice, this becomes, yeah, a skill. Yeah. So this becomes an autonomic function, higher and above are normal functions. That's the bandhas. And through time and practice, you will be able now to utilize the sensation, the skill of moving, yeah, your body within the body, yeah, in regulating the flow of the energy. Right. So if you have a teacher guiding you, be very thankful. But this is possible to happen on your own. If you need my assistance, yeah, I'm willing to help. Yeah, let me know. Yeah, it's so important that you have to keep your practice safe. You know, one mistake could lead to permanent damage. I'll be delighted to hear from you. Don't hesitate. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Namaste.